Okay, so last night my Kenmore washing machine was giving me a code DRN, and I couldn't figure it out. Has to do with the drain, so I'm gonna explain something to you. It actually wasn't a clogged drain, it was the wire to the pump. Okay, so when you remove and install this panel, these little screws here, you can use a driver, drill, or socket, 1/4 inch, and the 3 bolts that hold the pump in place, which we can't see now, but those are 5/16. Just as a note, when you take the screws out, you'll be left with this, and you need to push down on this and it releases this. Be very careful because these edges are super sharp. Ended up slicing my thumb. Keep that in mind. Very sharp. Maybe wear some gloves or just be aware of it. Okay, so I took the wet clothes out. I tipped the washer forward. I removed this back panel here, this metal panel. Couple 6 screws holding it in. And then this gets disconnected from the metal back panel. So I took this hose off. I checked it. It was clear. The hose going into my stationary tub was clear. I took off this hose down here and it was clear. And then I noticed that over here, it's hard to see. So this is the factory connector. There's a blue and there was a white. This one, the white wire, was totally broke off. It wasn't even on this. So I just took a 1/4 inch female spade, spliced in a piece of wire, and then connected it here to the original white wire here. So I'm going to go ahead and close everything back up. All the drains are, well, most of the drains are connected, and we'll see if that solved the problem. It was a loose wire, not a clogged drain. A broken wire, I should say. When I removed, and now I'm installing this hose connection that goes to the stationary tub. 45-degree needle nose seemed to work best. I was able to get in there easily with these. Okay, so I'm removing or installing the cold and hot connections. They're marked on the machine. Use just the channel locks. I went, put these on by hand tight, and then approximately half turn with these. You don't want to, these plastic connections, you don't want to break anything. Okay, so I reattached that wire and it's now working. This was the repair I did on a Kenmore Series 600. It's a top-loading washing machine. The code I was getting here was DRN for drain. And at that point it wouldn't do anything. You couldn't, it actually would beep and beep and beep. If you pushed the power button, it would just turn off, and then it would reset itself. So the first thing I did was obviously unplug the washing machine, disconnect the hot and the cold. I disconnected this and checked for a clog, and then later you'll see in my video when I got underneath it the other hoses that I checked for clogs, and there was none. It was just a loose wire on the pump motor.